Explain Virgin America's positioning to me. Who's your target customer, and who is your competitor?
Well, the primary thing is we operate on the low-cost model, so that's really focused on a very simple operating principle, which is single fleet type, high productivity, point-to-point service. So similar to what JetBlue and Southwest does. The difference with us is our revenue model. Our revenue model is really based on the traditional carriers, such as American and United. So we sell in corporate agreements, we sell in the big GDSs.
I'm sorry, GDSs?
Yeah, it's a computerized reservation system that everyone else sells in. And it's really focused on going in and taking their customers, United, American, Delta, which are the highest revenue customers, corporate customers, while keeping our operating costs low.
How do your costs compare to United's if you're competing directly against them?
Well, let's take fuel and put it to the side since that's very volatile. So if you take fuel out of the equation...
In other words, the only thing you can control there is how well you hedge. You either do it better or you do it worse than the competitor.
Yeah, that's correct. So if you take fuel out, our costs are roughly half of what United's are.
And what's that? Tell me what the industry metrics are for cost.
Well, it's cost per ASM, which is the flying 1 seat, 1 mile.
Okay.
And ours, taking fuel out, are about 5.5 or 6 cents per ASM, and United and American roughly 10 cents per ASM.
And is there big cost labor that you have that you're lower than they are?
Yeah, the primary thing is labor, but also lots of other things just because of the simplicity of the production model. You know, we fly our airplanes a lot more, 12.5 hours per day. They're at about 10 hours per day. So there are a lot of different things that ultimately add up.
Now, you're not making money so far, correct?
That's correct.
You are servicing your debt, though?
Absolutely.
When will you start making money as a company?
We hope to have a profit this year, which will be our 3rd full year operating, and that would be quite impressive if we do.
Did the initial plan call for profitability in year 3?
It sure did, and as a matter of fact, when I got here in December of 2007, I said 2010 is a year that we will do it. I didn't recognize at that time that we would go through, a spike in oil prices and would go through the worst economy in 70 years, but fortunately we've come out on the other side and we're still saying 2010.
And how are you hedged? What is your position on oil pricing? Where does it need to be for you to have hedged successfully?
Well, our current hedging position is about 85% for the remainder of this year. We're also at about 85% for the first quarter of 2011, and then a little less than that for the rest of 2011. So we've got a lot of protection in the marketplace. It's generally in the high 70s, and what it means is as long as oil is where it is now, then we're protected. But even if it goes above $78 per barrel, we're protected on the 85% of our expenditures.
And if it were to go to like $120 a barrel again, different game, correct?
Well, we would still be protected. On 85% of our fuel, we would pay $78. So we'd be protected in the short term. Obviously, in the long term, that would make a significant difference for our airline as well as the economy in general.
And if it went to 50, you'd be hurt pretty badly.
No, actually, we've bought call options, so basically it's capping our exposure, but as fuel prices drop, we reap all of the benefits.
How does the Continental United, or I should say the United Continental merger, affect Virgin America?
I would say the biggest thing it does is it's just another consolidation in terms of market strength. We're actually fine with it, in all honesty. I support consolidation. I think it makes the industry healthier, which ultimately helps Virgin America. The biggest issue I have with consolidation predates it and hopefully will be addressed through consolidation, and that's access into airports. As an example, we've been trying to get into Newark since 2007. We simply cannot get a slot into Newark. We want to expand at JFK. We can't get slots into JFK, that they're controlled by the major airlines. And very simply, that limits competition, which is, raises fares and is bad for innovation.